In the interest of clarity for all subscribers, there now follows a public service announcement to start this video diary.
So, couple of things I need to tell you about, I forgot to tell you, I should have told you, or I have been advised as we start this next video diary. Firstly, obviously I visited the town at the base of the Pyrenees on the French side, which I was calling Lourdes. Now, I have said from the start, excuse my pronunciations, I don't want to upset anybody, but I have been advised by a subscriber, thank you Simon, that it's pronounced simply Lourdes, it's a silent E. So just wanted to correct my mistake, but I'm sure there's many more. I apologise, like I said, I don't want to upset anybody, but pronunciation maybe isn't my strong point. So that's the first point. Point two, I actually had to get another gas bottle when we were in Gaztelugatxe, just before we left the Picos. And it's the third one I've bought now. I got one when I was in France. These are exchanges, so obviously I've got a gas bottle, I'm exchanging it for a full one. First one was 25 euros in France. The next one in the UK was £40, which I thought was extortionate. But anyway, the one we got in Gaztelugatxe, right opposite the park up, so perfectly convenient, 19 euros. Happy days. If we can get them at 19 euros, I would take that every time. I don't think I'm going to get it cheaper than that. I always thought they'd be around 20 to 25 euros. So let's see. But anyway, I thought I'd update you on that. And the third point is just an apology. I think the footage may be a little bit boring, a little bit monotonous at the moment, and that's purely because of the weather. You know, I'm not a professional doing this. I only have basic equipment, you know, my mobile phone, I've got a little GoPro 9 and the drone, which is a DJI Mavic Pro Platinum, so it's not a modern one, it's, I don't know, at least 5 years old, but it shoots 4K, it does me. And the GoPro is only a GoPro 9, did I just say that? Anyway, it's a GoPro 9. And although the camera is waterproof on its own, because I'm using it in the media mod, which is an attachment that then allows for an external microphone, once you put it into the media mod, because you actually have to take the battery casing off of the GoPro for it to fit the media mod, it's no longer waterproof. So obviously with the weather we've been having, and it has been torrential, I mean, okay, I'm filming now, it's still super cloudy, it's cold, and it has been chucking it down all night and all morning. So this is just a gap in the weather. I mean, we're currently in the Gaztelugatxe, which is the largest ancient woodland national park in Europe. But we just can't explore because, you know, we get 10 minutes down the road, we tried, and then it starts to tip it down again. So like I say, I can't get footage because I've got no waterproof equipment. And it's just not very nice to look at miserable days all the time, is it? I don't want to bang on about it, but it's the truth. So we're going to move on. We're going to head for Azaro, which is a town, village that apparently has a spectacular waterfall. I think it's the only waterfall, I could be wrong here, the only waterfall in Spain that exits directly into the sea. But anyway, it's a couple of hours drive. It's on the west coast. The west coast, sorry. Yes, the west coast. I had to think about that. On the west coast of Spain, heading down towards the town, or the city, sorry, of Vigo. Apparently there are some spectacular beaches, but let's see what the weather does. Anyway, end of this public service announcement. I can't speak, can I? End of the public service announcement. Let's get on with the journey and go and see if we get any more luck with the weather when we get over to the waterfall. Let's go. Well, what a difference a day makes. Yesterday it did not stop raining, and okay, it's not rained today, it's not been super sunny, but the sun is out, we're back in a t-shirt, and just check out this location. We are right on the banks of the Reservoir Yesa, which is, we're only about 45 minutes to the southeast of Pamplona, which is probably the plan for tomorrow. It's only about 60 kilometers, so not far at all. But just look how spectacular this location is. Obviously this is proper wild camping. We have no services or facilities besides the doctor, but that's what we wanted. This is exactly how I wanted it. And Koa can run free and just be his wild self and go and herd some flies or something, because that's all that's around here. But it's absolutely spectacular, and I'll throw you some footage up now because we found like some ruins as well. I'll have to see if I can research what they are, and if I do, I'll put it on the screen. But I think we're going to get a really good sunset tonight, so if it's good, we'll get some footage of that as well. So, where are we? We are in Pamplona, and I'm keeping my eyes out. I don't want to get charged by a bull. No, that happens in July, I believe. But Pamplona, we've only just got here. Obviously, we're going to take you on a whirlwind tour. But it is considered, or it is, I believe, the greenest city in Spain. And we're just walking through some of the parks at the moment. And some of the architecture is just outstanding. It's a beautiful day. I do have a jumper on. There's a little nip in the wind, but hello. In general, it's quite warm, especially walking, filming, dog in one hand. Maybe we'll have to get Koa cam out, see what it's like from a dog's eye view. But anyway, we're spending the night. We've paid a tenner, all services included, so it's going to be a comfortable night. And I was thinking earlier, I don't believe that we've actually ever been out for dinner since we left Ibiza. We've always been cooking in the van, which is fine. But hey, we're in a big city, so I think tonight we might treat ourselves. Be completely Spanish, find an Irish bar and have a pint of Guinness. And then whatever the local delicacies of Pamplona are. So let's have a wander and let's have a look. So we're heading into the old town right now, but again, we're in a major Spanish city. It's Saturday, and it's just 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's so quiet. Where is everybody? It seems everywhere I've been so far, maybe people are avoiding me, they know I'm coming. But it actually makes it really nice for walking around. I appreciate it's October, the end of October now, but I just thought there'd be more people around. But hey, it makes it easy for us to go and explore. I guess we found all the people. Every street just keeps giving. Absolutely amazing old town here in Pamplona. Definitely somewhere to visit if you haven't. Can't stop, my eyes are just going everywhere. It's beautiful. Okay, we just tried Coacam. Utter failure. Far too many distractions. Far too many dogs and smells that he couldn't concentrate on his production role, whilst I was obviously the director. So yeah, you're back to me in my hand with the camera, and we'll continue to explore. Welcome to Plaza de Castillo. This is the hub of where the bull run starts, I believe, and I think finishes. You want some water? You want some water? Okay. Let me get it in the bottle. Let's put it on the floor. So we found a little Irish cafe bar, obviously got the Guinness. Check out, if you can see it, the clover on the top of that, it's fantastic. And we've got a little empanada to wash it all down, so bon appetit. Cheers. Good boy. Good morning. Oh, it is a little bit chilly, but a beautiful blue sky. Look at that behind me. We haven't learned our lesson. We're back on the coast. We're at the north of Spain in Basque country at a place that I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce. I'll pop it up on the screen now. And you can just about see it in the background. I'll show you some footage that we took actually yesterday. We stayed here overnight. We've done a tour of the little island you can see behind me, who again name, no, not even going to try. Lesson learned, didn't do enough research, because when we got here yesterday we then realized that you actually need a ticket. It's free, but you have to go online and book and reserve your place. They obviously limit the amount of people that are on the island at any one time. But we got here at 2 o'clock. Luckily the lady said they release more tickets at 3 o'clock for people that haven't turned up throughout the day or cancel, because they're free. People go online, book them, and then don't come. So luckily at 3 o'clock we managed to grab our free place. Koa was allowed to come with me, which is good news. Where is he? He's here. Can you see him? It's very dark, I do apologise, but I wanted to get the the island in the background just through the trees, and now there's a car coming, so there's going to be some noise. Okay, I think it's just about gone. So yeah, there's a little chapel on the top of the island there. I'll put a link. I read up on Wikipedia, but there's so much to it, I can't remember it all. But I believe it's dedicated to John the Baptist. They think it was built in the 10th century, although there have been recent discoveries that make them think maybe it was the 9th century. But I guess the most well-known point about this little island is that it was used by HBO in the 7th series of Game of Thrones. So if you are a GOT fan, you may well recognise the upcoming footage.
Koa, wake up. Wake up, Koa. I think you must be dreaming, Koa. Wake up.
Date night with Koa. Let's go. Hello, good evening. Welcome to date night. I think it's our first date night. Me and Koa are on the prowl. We're in a little village, a little town called SoMo on the north coast. We're in Cantabria now, and it was pure fluke that we ended up here. Sorry, I'm talking to you but keeping an eye on Koa. He's off exploring on the beach. I mean, I'll show you tomorrow in the daylight. I think we're like 10 steps to the beach. It's absolutely amazing. And it is like van life everywhere. It's a surf town basically, and everywhere you look, and again in daylight I'll show you. I'll try and get some footage tonight. there's just vans everywhere, but just small vans, classic vans, not really any motorhomes, you know, the dude kind of vans, the trendy surf dudes, which I'm not, you know, they have long hair for starters. So we're having a quick walk to relieve Koa's bladder. And we're going to head into town, see if we can find a bar that will accept dogs. I just bumped into a couple of locals and they recommended a couple of places. Sorry, just keep an eye on Koa again, he's pestering somebody. And yeah, we're going to check this place out, and we've already been on the beach today. Footage incoming. And just amazing. I mean, it's a beautiful beach. It's huge, obviously big waves for the surfing, and just a fantastic location. So let's go into town, see what we can find, and if it's good footage you'll see it. If it's not, I'll catch you in the morning. Hola, welcome back to more miserable weather. Such a shame, such a shame. Where are we? We have made it to the Picos de Europa National Park. So we are back in the mountains. There they are. Woo! But it's raining. It's actually quite light drizzle at the moment, but it's been heavy. Last night was torrential and we was in a field. On a hill, on a slope. So I was worried this morning about getting out. We did have a bit of wheel spin, but the doctor made it. She's doing well, bless her. We stopped last night. We was in Potes, beautiful, beautiful medieval village. And yeah, it's disappointing, but expected. I knew we were taking a risk coming to the Picos this time of year. And I had this vision, this dream, you know, that we were going to be hiking through the mountains and Koa would be running free, which I knew wasn't possible because dogs have to be on a lead at all times in the national park. The farmers actually have mastiff dogs that are trained to guard the cattle and the livestock from wolves. Oops, sorry, Koa's doing something random. Yeah, they have mastiffs that are trained to guard the livestock from wolves, which they do get in the area. So one reason why Koa should be on the lead, not that we potentially will meet one, but obviously safety. There are brown bears in the Pico National Park, and just a lot of cattle. So yeah, dogs have to be on the lead. So that's why, again, I'm not a fan of these big, long, retractable leads. Can you see Koa? There he is. These big, long, retractable leads. I'm not a fan of these at all. But in certain instances, and this is one of them, it's perfect because he can have a bit of freedom, chew a stick, and it's not, you're not going to get wrapped around a lamppost or someone walking the other way. So, it kind of like serves a purpose. He's on a lead, but he's got 8 meters of freedom to run around as well. And I don't really know what the plan is going forwards because the weather for the next few days is not good, really not good. There is a motorhome stop a few kilometers down the road, which has got all facilities, including electric, etc. So maybe we'll go there and hunker down for 2 or 3 days, but the forecast doesn't look to be changing. It looks like it's going to be pretty miserable, wet, drizzly, quite heavy rain, cloudy. So, putting the drone up, viewpoints that I plan to go to, they may be a little bit null and void. But anyway, while it is light rain and we are in the mountains, we are going to go for a walk. I will put up some footage of Potes as well, because that really was a beautiful town. We're at Fuente D, which is the longest single span cable car in Europe. So that's where we are at the moment. I don't even know if it's running. I've not seen it go up or come down. Maybe that's because of the weather. And again, we can't go on that because Koa's not allowed. But I did know that before we came here, but there's lots of hikes in the local area. So we're going to go for a quick walk. It won't be a big one just because of the weather, and then work out what we're going to do for the rest of today. So whilst we do that, let's drop in some footage of Potes from yesterday. And yeah, we'll go get a little bit wet, but we'll get some exercise. Okay, ciao for now. My God, I can't believe it. I just said to you guys about there's mastiffs that are loose to protect the livestock. And look at that. There's 2 just there that have come towards Koa. That is crazy. Never thought we'd see them. But they just roam free. And they're trained to keep away the wolves. Wow. I was advised that when you see them, we were by the van and they came running over to us. And I was advised that if you see them, you just walk away, which is what we did. Hey, so I've just wanted to say before we end this video diary, obviously it's a bit back to front at the moment. With the weather being what it is, we're saying we're going to do things and then we can't do them because of the weather. I.e., I know at the start of this video, during the public service announcement, we said we were going to go and see the Azaro waterfall. Well, this is what happened when we got there. As you can see, a huge no entry sign. Because of the sheer volume of water that has fallen, it was closed because of the risk of flooding, which is such a shame because, again, what I had seen online made it look absolutely spectacular. So obviously we're in the Picos still. We have just given you a glimpse, obviously, of Potes, which was our first stop as we entered the Picos. And I thought what we'd do is, because I don't want it to go on too long, is we'll end this video diary here, and then we'll pick up our journey through the Picos in the next video diary. But I can tell you now, it is still majorly hampered, unfortunately, by the weather. We can't get out to hike or do as much as we would like. And even some of the viewpoints that we go to, the view is minimal. But hey, like I said before, we knew that, it's the risk we took. So we just had to kind of like roll with the punches. So we'll say goodbye, good night, and we will see you on the next video diary. But before we do leave, one thing we have seen since we entered the Picos, and it's a super rare species. And I'm going to show it to you right now. We'll see you next time. This once heard of activity, never seen by man before, of the rare Australian shepherd blue merle, protecting his lair till the death. Communicating with neighbouring packs, warning to stay away, as this is his territory, and should they encroach, they will be killed. You tell him.